Leaders are calling this a historic day inside the state capitol as lawmakers pass a bill to adopt a new state flag. I'm Quentin Smith, and we'll have this story coming up on WCBI News.
WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Mississippi's state flag comes down just moments after the Senate passes a bill to remove the current flag, a historic move today made by the Mississippi legislature. The bill paving a new era in our state and is now waiting to be signed by Governor Tate Reeves. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 10. Now, this historic vote came down around 6 o'clock this evening. It was met with cheers and applause from many who say the flag doesn't represent all of Mississippi. Our Quentin Smith was inside the state capitol as the vote was read. He has a recap.
The Confederate emblem has been featured on the Mississippi state flag for more than 100 years. But after a decisive vote by both the House and the Senate, that could soon be changing. Inside the House chamber, this historic vote was passed.
Over 91 yeas and 23 nays, the bill passes.
It's the vote to pass a bill adopting a new state flag.
What it does.
A decision that brought tears to Representative Robert Johnson III. See, for years he's been fighting to have the state flag removed.
I knew we could not continue to operate under the negative pall of that flag. I knew we couldn't do that. I knew the state couldn't prosper or exist.
Soon after the House made its decision, it was the Senate's turn. After a lengthy debate, they also passed that same bill to retire the current state flag.
5 voted 37-14, the bill passes.
I had no idea that we would be standing at this point today, especially back in January earlier this year.
We want Mississippi to have a heart and a soul, and today she had one.
While many state leaders are happy with the way the votes turned out, other lawmakers have different opinions. They believe the people should have been in charge of voting to determine whether the state flag is removed.
So from the standpoint of unity, it's difficult to understand how we can truly find unity when the people weren't given their voice. And you basically told a large percentage of Mississippians that what they did in 2001, that their opinions don't matter.
I do feel like it may take a little bit of the joy away. And also, when you have an election and you have a ballot vote, once that vote is done, there's really no argument. So that's one reason I felt that it would be a good thing for the people to be able to vote.
Though they have different opinions on who should have made the call, majority in the state capitol believe it was time to remove the current state flag. Many lawmakers say this is a step in the right direction, the first step towards a new beginning.
I want people to understand this change is coming from within our state. This is not the result of outside influences. The hearts of the people in that chamber behind me were changed.
One thing about these proud moments is that no one can share them individually. This is the vote for all Mississippians.
Now, the bill will now again go to Governor Tate Reeves, who has to sign the bill before everything becomes official. We're told the governor could sign this bill into law as early as Monday. The current flag will then come down within 15 days from the date that the governor signs the bill, but as you saw at the state capitol, that flag already coming down. Although the public didn't have the opportunity to weigh in on the removal of the state flag, their voice isn't silenced. A 9-person commission will be formed and they'll come up with a new flag design. The flag cannot feature the Confederate emblem and it must include the words "In God We Trust," that language in the bill. The public will have a chance to vote yes or no to that decision this November. The design needs a majority vote. Now, if a majority vote is not reached, the commission will create another design and the public will have another vote on the matter. And Mississippi has only had 2 official state flags. The Mississippi Department of Archives and History says what is known as the Magnolia flag was adopted in 1861 by the legislature after it seceded from the Union. Just before that time, the bonnie blue flag appeared in Mississippi and was the unofficial emblem. However, it was never formally adopted. The Magnolia flag does have the bonnie blue in the upper left-hand corner. After the Civil War, the flag was repealed and taken down. It was not until 1894 that the most recent flag was adopted by the legislature. That controversial flag has flown over the state ever since. 2 teenagers face an attempted murder charge after a shooting in Starkville. 16-year-old Omarion Gandy and Ticarius Doss are accused of shooting into a unit at the Brookville Garden Apartments. This happened this past Tuesday night. Starkville police say one person was shot and taken to the hospital. The teens are charged with attempted murder, shooting into a dwelling, and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Gandy is also charged with possession of a stolen firearm. Police also charged Sequinny Smith, Gandy's mother, with 2 counts of accessory to the aggravated assaults. Police say that the shooting stems from what was started as a large verbal and physical altercation.
A hot and humid Sunday out there. Highs generally in the low 90s, right around 90 for a lot of us, which is where we should be for this time of year. Our average is 91, but the humidity really added to it. Dew points in the mid 70s to near 80 made things feel closer to 100 degrees today. And there really was not much in the way of rainfall as expected to help cool us off. There is some rain back over along the Mississippi River in Arkansas right now. That's going to stay over there. I think we stay dry overnight tonight, aside from maybe a sprinkle or two. 72 for the low. Clouds continuing to filter on in here. Another hot and humid way to start off your Monday as well. 92 for the high with the chance of a pop-up shower or storm by the afternoon. Like I mentioned, hot and humid out there tomorrow, so you might need that storm to cool you off. I've got that full first alert forecast in just a bit.
361 new COVID-19 cases. That's what's being reported today in Mississippi. The Mississippi State Department of Health also reporting 4 new deaths. 3 of those right here in our area, Lowndes, Monroe, and Oktibbeha counties, each reporting a death related to coronavirus. The state's total coronavirus cases since the pandemic is 25,892. As businesses in Mississippi start opening back up and the summer sun starts to beat down, some folks are starting to look for some fun ways to beat the heat. Some water parks, they're included in reopening. Right here close to home, our Savannah Gato, she went to a local water park to see how safe it is and the precautions that they're taking.
It is summertime here in Columbus, and now that pools have opened back up, it is now time to have some fun in the sun. Slip and Dip is open to the public, and co-owner Deneen Carter says they had to take a creative approach to make things safe.
My brother and my husband built this little entrance in coming from the side so they could come in. They put in a window that we could slide open. We put our waiver out. We talked to people about that.
Co-owner Reed Carter says they are constantly keeping up with the chlorine levels to make sure the pools are extra clean.
We're making sure we test our water throughout the day. We test it daily. We check the chlorine levels, make sure they're up.
If anyone's still a little concerned about going to public pools, Carter says that's okay.
Well, the biggest thing is, we are a family-oriented business. We want our customers to stay safe. We don't want anyone sick. If you are sick, stay at home. But our chlorine kills germs, bacteria, and all of that. We do our very best of keeping everything clean and trying to spacing everything out. But if you're just scared, then stay at home. But I think it's a very safe place to be. We wouldn't have opened if we felt like it was going to harm anyone in any way.
The water's safe, the slide is safe, so come on out and see us.
Reporting in Columbus, Savannah Gato, WCBI News.
Now, the pool has a maximum capacity of 100, so for the 4th of July weekend, you want to make sure you get there before it's too late. All right, we're going to send things back over to meteorologist Trevor Burchett. Trevor, you and I both were really wanting a pool today.
Absolutely. I wish I could have found one because it was humid, hot, everything.
Hot.
Just getting to that time of year where we could use some rain showers or a pool or something to cool us off. If you can't find a pool, the rain showers this week will help to cool us off. Take a look at these chances for precipitation. 30% chance for some storms the next few days. Better rain chances by the end of the week, even into the 4th of July weekend. I've got that full forecast right after this. Stay with us.
Watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back, everyone. Rainbows. You've probably seen 1 or 2 each year, but have you ever wondered how all of those amazing colors fill the sky? Meteorologist Trevor Burchett explains the science behind those breathtaking phenomenons in this week's WeatherWise.
While rainbows are fairly common, especially in the summertime, it actually takes a unique set of circumstances for one to pop up in the sky. Before we get to that, though, let's take it down to a smaller level. Here we have one raindrop with sunlight passing through. Now, as you know, light is made up of different wavelengths and travels incredibly fast. Now, once this sunlight enters the water droplet, it slows down and spreads out. One single raindrop can actually take a single beam of white light and separate it into individual wavelengths, which humans see as color. Okay, so now we know how light is separated into color, but what else has to happen to produce a rainbow? Well, we know we need water to spread the light out, so we need to shower our storm somewhere nearby, putting moisture into the atmosphere. The sun needs to be behind you and at a low angle, and the rain needs to be in front of you. Basically, you need to be in between the storm and the sun with the light pointing into the rain. When that happens, light is refracted through the water droplets and a rainbow forms. Now, of course, we'd love to see your rainbow photos, one of the most beautiful phenomenon of weather. So the next time you see one, be sure to send them in to us on social media so we can share them on the air. And of course, if you have any weather questions, we would love to hear those as well. You can send those in to us via email, Facebook, or Twitter, and we'll answer them right here next week. With this week's WeatherWise, I'm meteorologist Trevor Burchett.
WeatherWise is brought to you by Ford County Electric Power Association. WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with meteorologist Trevor Burchett.
Well, the heat and humidity out there today certainly making it feel a lot like summertime, and if you're not a fan of it like most of us are, unfortunately, we're not going to get a break anytime soon. The muggy air sticking around, and all that moisture is going to help us to have a few pop-up showers and storms through the afternoon. Otherwise, I think we'll see a few peaks of sunshine for the next couple of days, but we are going to track increasing rain chances by the time we get to the middle and end portion of the week. Out there right now, there is no rain. We are dry right now in downtown Louisville. We are seeing clouds starting to filter in, though. You see that on clouds and radar. This bank of clouds slowly making its way in from Arkansas. We've actually got a little bit of a disturbance back there, some isolated showers just getting ready to come through areas north of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. That is not going to make it to us tonight. That's going to stay off to our west, but the cloud cover continues to filter in here. We're still 78, a muggy 78 at that in Columbus, 80 right now in Tupelo, 79 for us in Corinth, 78 in Vernon, 75 for our friends up in Hamilton. Overnight tonight, as I mentioned, I think we're going to stay dry. The cloud's going to continue to pass through here. We'll target 72 for the low, but the humidity going to stay up, so it's going to be one of those muggy nights. Just a light southerly wind, anywhere from 3 to 5 miles an hour. Tomorrow, I think we'll be a little bit warmer than we were today. I'll say 92 for the high, a mix of some sunshine and clouds, kind of like what we saw today. But it is going to stay hot and humid, and that humidity is going to help to increase the chance for a few pop-up storms. We'll keep it at about a 30% shot, so not everybody going to see rain tomorrow, but don't be shocked if one of those storms happens to pop up near your location. Here's future clouds and radar. I think we'll wake up to a partly cloudy sky, but by the time lunchtime rolls around, say noon or 1 o'clock, there you see a few of those isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder popping up. That continues through about 4 or 5 o'clock, but I think generally going into the evening, we're going to be dry. Clouds for the most part stick around, but a few peaks of sunshine through the day tomorrow. Some of those stronger storms could potentially bring some gusty winds and small hail over the next few days. Generally not a major severe weather concern, though. What you are going to notice in addition to the pockets of rainfall is the humidity really staying up. Here's a look at the comfort index. This is the measure of the moisture and the mugginess in the air, and we're going to be anywhere from muggy to miserable through the next couple of weeks. That's really the only way to explain it as those temperatures continue to warm up. Heat index values with all that humidity could be close to 100 degrees at times. Here's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, not everybody going to see rain, but there will be some pop-up storms, maybe a shower or two around. Better rain chances for Thursday and Friday. And then looking ahead to the 4th of July weekend, some more chances for pop-up storms in the area. Heat and humidity sticking around, though. Highs close to 90 for the next 7 days. Overnight lows in the low 70s.
The high school football tour finishes up week 1. WCBI Sports checks in with French Camp when we come back.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
The high school football tour wraps up week 1 with the French Camp Panthers. After a season of rebuilding and reloading, the Panthers bring back plenty of experience to be excited about. The French Camp Panthers are stop number 7 on the high school football tour.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
With experience comes comfortability. Experience is what the French Camp Panthers bring into the 2020 season.
A whole lot more comfortable about this season. We've got a lot of guys that are returning. Quarterback returning is always a nice thing, so CJ's coming back. A lot of the linemen we had last season were young. Most of the team we had was very young last year.
That younger squad finished the 2019 season with a 3-8 overall record. However, a couple of those games came down to just one possession. The matchup against West Lowndes came down to a single point, 32-31, and that's just one example.
That was a big obstacle. I mean, there were several games, not just that one, where we were just right there, you know, and you just needed to make a play, which we could not make that play. So we've got to find a way on the coaching end to present challenges in a way that when that shows up, we're the team that makes the play and not the other team.
The Panthers are looking to be a strong offensive presence in 1A ball. Senior quarterback Calvin Johnson returns following a breakout season in his ground attack, picking up over 1,100 yards rushing with 15 touchdowns.
We got CJ returning. We've got several receivers that are returning. We've got a pretty experienced offensive line, and the guys that are new are pretty good. And so I expect us to be a little better there. Having said that, we still haven't found a running back, and running back's always huge for your offense. And so, and defensively, we've got a lot of guys that really like to get after it.
While getting his team up to speed is the main focus for Wright and his team, he says that the biggest challenge the Panthers will face this season is an opponent every team is faced with, the coronavirus.
That's proven to be difficult, and how we're trying to do things here. So we'll see how all that looks. That's going to obviously be a new obstacle that nobody has dealt with, and we're going to have to learn a little bit at a time in dealing with that.
Despite any uncertainty, the Panthers continue to prepare for the season opener on the road at Winona Christian on August 21st. Reporting in French Camp on the high school football tour, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with French Camp is sponsored by Bank of Kilmichael and St. James United Methodist Church.
The high school football tour will continue on from here. Plenty more stops to go along the way. Take a look at the upcoming ones. Monday, getting back to it with the Hamilton Lions for stop number 8. Tuesday is going to be all about the Vardaman Rams for stop number 9. Then on Wednesday, we check in up north with the Myrtle Hawks. Thursday, the tour makes the trip to Baldwin to check in on the Bearcats. Friday, we're urging it up in East Union for stop number 12. Then next weekend on Saturday features the Manatee Mustangs. Sunday is going to be featuring the Bruce Trojans. Calhoun City then kicks off the second week of July, and Winona follows City on Tuesday, July 7th. For any of those stops that you may have missed along the way, you can always go check those out on our website at WCBI.com. That's it for sports. We'll have more for you when we come back after the break.
Kids are the kids that exercise. Today on Mom to Mom, we've got some at-home exercises to do with your kids to help with that. With us being kind of stuck at home with the kiddos, we want to find some things to do to keep us active and going. That's why I have my good friend Amy Everett here. She is a personal trainer and a mom as well. She has come up with some wonderful exercises to kind of help us out with those kids who might be getting stir crazy. So Amy, let's do this.
First thing we're going to do is a crab walk. So this is a total body exercise. Arms, legs, core. All right, now we're going to do our inchworm. We're going to put our hands down. Let's walk all the way out. Now let's walk our feet all the way up to our hands. Yeah. Now we're going to walk our hands out again. Yeah. Then walk our feet up again. We're going to do some leaps. So we're going to jump from cone to cone to cone. Ready for your push-ups? Okay, let's go up. Ready? Look at you.
I cannot be more excited about these exercises, especially with a wild child like this one. And there's lots of benefits to it as well, right?
Yes, it's a great way to be active with your kids. You know, it fosters, activity, and they love seeing moms work out, and they love mimicking what you do. So it's just a great way for you to work out and for them to work out with you.
I can tell Carter enjoyed it. Carter, did you enjoy it? Yes. There you have it. Hopefully you have a great time with these exercises as well. And as always, we'll see you on the next Mom to Mom.
Some pop-up showers and storms remain possible for the next couple of days. Better rain chances come in here Thursday and Friday. 4th of July weekend, another hot and humid one. Pop-up storm still possible.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, Trevor. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.